Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Mome Showcase. Today, I'm taking a look at MOMEFactory, which many of you have probably heard of MOMEFactory, but never seen it. It's shut down at the moment. We actually turned it off voluntarily. Just with the amount of uranium coming out of Mars, it didn't make sense to run it anymore. But anyway, this produces... Well, here, let's take a look at it. This place used to produce all the raw materials for the Mome stock store. So, it's changed many times. Nicely done with all the signs here. NJ came in and fixed this all up. Now, we would have to do some redesign on this place to get it up and running again, because we used to use cobble gens and whatnot to produce scrap. This is a UU factory. So down here is our old cobble gen structure. A couple of these. And the power for this place is 2 Kazakh nuclear reactors. They produce about 1800 EU each. We've blown up a few times. Got some weird issues today with the wires not connecting. I don't know if that's just my client. Yeah, anyway. These things are set to automatically, like there's a... Look at that. Isn't that just strange? Silly wires. There's a uranium processing station upstairs. So this thing, when it needs uranium, will automatically pull it, stick it in the reactor, if the reactor's on. So, that's basically the configuration. 42 uranium cells with a ton of ice. 1800 EU per tick, so the two of them combined, that's 3600. And we run high voltage to the mass fab. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm on mumble. So anyway, it's too bad though that all the wires are broken. These are just incinerator bins. They just fire off into the lava downstairs. I'm not going to turn it on, like I said, just because we don't have the scrap production working anymore. When we put in thermal expansion, we never actually retrofitted this place with the igneous extruders, because we haven't been running it. We're hoping that the players would fill in the gap of materials. Yeah, so anyway, somewhere under here there was a cobble collection bin. I don't know where it is. Might be under the iron, I'm not sure. Look at all these pipes. There it is. Is that right? I think that's it. So anyway, they would come into there, and then in here somewhere also there's a one of those recyclers, or two recyclers, one or two recyclers. I don't know where they are. There they are. There's the recyclers. Oh, there's some scrap floating around. Oh yeah, I didn't mention, but sorry, there is, what we're doing in here is we're turning the, I don't know where it is, but we're turning all the cobble into covalence dust. And that's what we're firing off into the scrap machines. It's more efficient. And there's our amazing mass fab, which is off. It's pretty much always full of scrap. And then the UU matter gets pumped upstairs, which is what we're going to look at next. Alright, level 3, the factory floor. We're on the back side of the factory. The actual control panel and whatnot is on the other side. So the UU matter comes up here, gets distributed through these filter systems. And then basically all we have to do is we just toggle. Each one of these represents a cell behind it, of manufacturing cell. We just toggle the switch for whatever material it is that we want to produce. So, like, let's say we wanted to produce redstone, I guess. I'd flip that on, and that would enable the timer here, which would get this filter pumping material out of this chest. Yeah, anyway, like I said, it's off though, so you won't see much coming in here. Now, the other thing about this place, you can see all these pneumatic tubes. Here, let me go flip that off. All those pneumatic tubes, what they do is they tie into the actual Mome stock store. So this place automatically pumps the materials that we produce when there's a need at Mome stock into the chests, directly into the chests. So I'll actually go over to MOMEstock after, and we can take a look under the floor, and you'll see how that works. So these cells, they're all the same in design, except for this one because you can't attach anything to a red power, or anything red power related to a glowstone block. So I had to modify the cell design, but they're all the same. Just an auto, well, I guess, what do you call that? An auto crafting table, and a filter and a chest. Back here we have the uranium production facility. So basically the uranium that people would sell at MOMEstock, we would end up putting it in here and turning it into uranium we can throw in the reactors, and this is our sort of storage bin for our surplus. And it'll get pulled out by the pneumatic tubes and the retrievers that are downstairs and pumped into the reactor as we need it. But, like, actually there's no raw uranium here by the looks of it. Look at this. We've been just stacking depleted cells for a long, long time. There is one other piece to this. The raw materials that we produce here, most of them, like some of them go directly to MOMEstock, but most of them get a little bit more kind of refining. Like we don't sell copper ore in the ore form. We sell it in ingots. So what we have for that is a little system up here. So raw materials get stored in the chests, and then it gets pulled into these this refining station through this retriever here, our sorting machine here. So it just comes into kind of a furnace. I think, no, that's a macerator stack. Yeah, and then retrievers pull that and pump it into the ovens, which cooks it automatically, and then it gets sent back down to the chests over there. And then over here we just have like a red power plant, just to power all the retrievers and sorting machines, and that's just a bunch of what do you call those things? Thermal piles. Okay, so here we are. We're at MOMEstock. We're underneath MOMEstock, actually. So basically, all the materials that get produced over at MOMEFactory come in through this pneumatic tube system. And then what we have here is we've got, I think these are, yeah, retrievers, pulling and filling the chests upstairs. It's a pretty simple system. Yeah, so on the MOMEstock main floor, basically each one of these chests, as you can pretty much see it, I think that might be a cover. I don't think that's the actual... Yeah, I can't access it from here. These are all empty now, though, because we've had that off for so long. But the red power stuff's right under each chest. Oh, that's sad. Out of stock. So anyway, that's kind of a brief look at the MOMEFactory. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next Mome Showcase.